Maya sat alone in the emergency room at 2 a.m., her phone buzzing with 17 unread messages. Not one of them asked if she was okay. They were all asking for something. Her sister needed someone to watch her kids tomorrow. Her boss needed those reports by morning. Her ex-boyfriend needed closure. Again. Her best friend needed to vent about her latest dating disaster. The nurse had just told her she'd collapse from exhaustion. The doctor's words echoed in her mind. "Miss Chun, your body is shutting down. When was the last time you did something for yourself?" Maya couldn't remember. This is the story of a woman who gave everything to everyone until she had nothing left to give. Maya had always been the helper, the fixer, the one who showed up. When her mother died 3 years ago, she became the glue holding her family together. Her father barely spoke anymore, lost in his grief. Her younger sister, Rachel, had 2 kids and a crumbling marriage. Maya stepped in without being asked, grocery shopping for dad, babysitting every weekend, mediating family disputes at Sunday dinners she organized and cooked alone. At work, she was the star employee at Morrison & Associates, a mid-sized marketing firm in downtown Chicago. She'd sacrificed promotions to train newer employees, stayed late to fix others' mistakes, and volunteered for projects no one else wanted. Her manager, Todd, had a favorite saying, "Maya will handle it." And she always did. Her friends called her their rock. Her phone was everyone's first call during a crisis. Breakups, job losses, family drama. Maya absorbed it all like emotional quicksand, sinking deeper with each person she tried to save. "You're just so good at being there," her friend Jen would say, usually before launching into another story about her toxic relationship. Maya told herself this was love. Real love meant sacrifice. Real love meant putting others first. But somewhere deep inside, in a place she refused to examine, a small voice whispered, "What about you?" It started with small things. Maya forgot her own birthday. She'd been so busy planning her father's retirement party that she worked through the day and realized it only when she saw a Facebook memory notification at midnight. Then she missed her annual physical, and her dentist appointment, and the pottery class she'd signed up for 6 months ago, but never attended. Her apartment became a ghost town. Takeout containers piled up because she was too exhausted to cook after making meals for everyone else. She stopped calling her college roommate back because she didn't have the energy to be the listener anymore. One Tuesday, her ex-boyfriend James called. They'd broken up 8 months ago because he needed to find himself, which apparently meant dating her gym instructor. Now he needed Maya's advice about proposing to that same woman. "You know me better than anyone," James said. "What kind of ring should I get her?" Maya stared at her phone, something cracking inside her chest. "I don't know, James," she whispered. "Come on, Maya. You're always so helpful." She hung up. Her hands were shaking. That weekend, her sister called at 6 a.m. Rachel's pipes had burst, and she needed Maya to take the kids. Not a request, an assumption. "I can't," Maya said, the words foreign on her tongue. "What do you mean you can't?" "Maya, I need you. I have plans." She didn't have plans. She just needed one morning. One single morning to sleep past dawn. Rachel's silence was icy.
"Wow. Okay.
"I see how it is." The guilt hit Maya like a tidal wave. She almost apologized, almost said yes. Instead, she turned off her phone and cried into her pillow until noon. The collapse happened at her father's house during Sunday dinner. Maya had been cooking since 6 a.m., pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, apple pie from scratch. The house smelled like her childhood, like her mother's love. Her sister arrived late with her kids, immediately disappearing to make phone calls. Her father sat in his recliner, barely acknowledging the meal. Todd, her boss, had texted 3 times about the Monday presentation. Maya set the table alone, served the food alone. As everyone ate, discussing their problems, their needs, their lives, Maya looked around the table. No one had asked about her day. No one noticed the dark circles under her eyes. No one saw that her hands trembled as she poured water. She excused herself to the bathroom and stared at the mirror. The woman looking back was a stranger. Hollow eyes, graying roots, She hadn't had time to color. A fake smile permanently etched into her face like a mask she couldn't remove. Who am I without them? She wondered. The answer terrified her. She didn't know. When she walked back to the dining room, her vision blurred. The room tilted. She heard her name from very far away. Then darkness. Maya woke to soft sunlight and the steady beep of monitors. Her sister sat in the corner chair, eyes red from crying. "The doctor says you almost had a heart attack," Rachel whispered. "You're 34 years old, Maya." For the first time in years, her sister wasn't asking for anything. She was just there, scared and present. The hospital psychiatrist, Dr. Okoye, visited that afternoon. She was a woman in her 50s with kind eyes and an honest mouth. "You have what we call compassion fatigue," Dr. Okoye explained. "You've been giving from an empty cup for so long that your body literally shut down." "But they needed me," Maya protested weakly. "Did they? Or did you just make it too easy for them to never learn to stand on their own?" The words hit like ice water. Dr. Okoye continued, "Real love doesn't require you to destroy yourself. And people who truly love you won't let you. You've been teaching people that your needs don't matter. They believed you." Maya thought about James asking her to help him propose. Her sister expecting free childcare. Her boss assuming she'd sacrifice her weekends. Her friends treating her like an emotional dumping ground. She'd been so busy being useful that she'd forgotten to be a person. "How do I stop?" Maya asked. Dr. Okoye smiled gently. "You start by saying no, and meaning it." Maya sat in her pottery class, hands covered in clay, creating something imperfect and entirely her own. The changes hadn't been easy. She'd set boundaries, and people had pushed back. Rachel was hurt when Maya said no to babysitting every weekend. Her boss was disappointed when she stopped staying past 6 p.m. Some friends drifted away when she couldn't be their emotional crutch anymore. But others surprised her. Her father started calling just to talk, not just when he needed something. Rachel learned to hire a babysitter and, eventually, apologized. A few real friends remained, the ones who cared about Maya, not just what she could do for them. She'd started therapy, joined a book club, took herself to movies, learned that being alone didn't mean being lonely. One evening, her neighbor Marcus, the quiet architect who always smiled in the hallway, asked if she wanted to grab coffee. "Just coffee," he clarified.
No agenda. No fathers.
Just getting to know each other. Maya looked at this man who expected nothing from her except her company. "I'd like that," she said, and meant it. "I used to think love meant saying yes to everything. That being good meant being available. That my worth was measured by how much I could do for others. I learned that's not love. It's self-abandonment. Real love has boundaries. It recognizes that you can't pour from an empty cup. It understands that teaching people to respect your limits is teaching them how to truly care for you. I almost died trying to be everything for everyone. Now I'm learning to be something for myself first. And you know what? The people who matter stayed. The people who truly loved me didn't want my sacrifice. They wanted my happiness. If you're watching this and you recognize yourself in my story, please hear me. You are not selfish for having needs. You are not cruel for saying no. You are not less valuable because you stopped being useful. You are enough, just as you are, without earning it. Your life is not a resource for others to mine. It's a gift. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise, not even yourself. Moral of the story: true love and compassion must include yourself. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's survival. You cannot be everyone's everything without ceasing to be anyone at all. The people who truly care about you will respect your limits, and those who don't were never worthy of your sacrifice. Your worth is inherent, not earned through endless service.